Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Robbie's Backstage Bants. Today, I'm joined by Cassandra Lee, who you'll know best for being one of the 3 alternates on the most recent 6 UK tour. So welcome, Cassy.
Hiya, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
Good. How you been coping with all of this?
It's been all right. It's been a bit of a mad roller coaster. We've been taking some rest. We've been happy. We've been sad. We've been worried. We've been excited to go on the drive-in tour again, and then that got cancelled. So it's been up and down and up and down. But we're managing and we're doing what we can do to keep ourselves ticking over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, everyone was disappointed when the driving got cancelled. There was like a little glimmer of hope, and then it just...
Yeah. We'd already started rehearsing. Well, we started like kind of Zoom rehearsing, and then we were about to head into the studio to start. And we were online to have our like third rehearsal, and had our producers call us all into to find out.
Oh, bless you lot. I feel so bad for you guys. Like, as much as we were all excited for it, you guys...
people had tickets already, and it was sad news for everyone.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, what we're going to start with today is I actually have a few questions that I ask everybody, which are just basically a little how you got to where you are sort of thing.
Okay.
Which the questions are you ready? That's your first question. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So the first question is, what is the journey of how you got to where you are today?
Okay. It was a bit of a higgledy-piggledy one. I didn't really grow up in a house that I didn't really come from a household at first that was I don't come from a stagey house, so I'm the only one in my house. Obviously, I've got cousins who are performers as well, but in my actual household, I was the only one. I didn't really have parents who were into that kind of stuff, so I went a lot of wrong ways trying to find what I wanted to do, simply because I didn't really know where I was supposed to go, what the courses were called. I didn't really know about places like the Brit School and the fact that you can go to like Art Center Italia Conti from like age 11 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you don't, sorry, there's something in my eye. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So if you don't really know about them, then you don't know to audition for them or anything like that. So I went to regular school, was involved in like dance and drama, that kind of stuff that my school had. And then I started going to like a Saturday performing arts school called Kids Ahead in my local area. And through that, there's like a little agency attached to the school. So you get to kind of audition for some things. And I got to do a few shows. And from then on, so one of my teachers there was actually Alexia Kadim. So she's been in Elphaba and Wicked. She was in The Lion King, in The Lion King. So I met Alexia when I was 11 or 12, and she was 19 or 20. Yeah, she was my teacher, one of my teachers. So obviously, mad excited when I got to see her be Nala and The Lion King and all that stuff. So then her mum, I remember talking to her mum, and her mum told me who Alexia's singing teacher was and all that kind of stuff. So I started going there. And when I finished school, I wanted to do musical theatre, but I didn't know that the course was called musical theatre. I thought that if you wanted to do singing, dancing and acting, it was just called performing arts. So anyone who knows what a performing arts course is knows it is not a musical theatre course. So I ended up in the wrong place on the wrong course. So I did that for a year. Yeah, I did that for a year. And while I auditioned for a panto, did the panto. I did Aladdin. And obviously the choreographer and people who were involved in the panto were people who were trained and had gone to the right places. So a very good friend of mine now, his name's Brendan Matthew, and he wrote me a little list of schools and like what they were. So like he put like Erdang, and it said all round because they do singing, dancing and acting.
Yeah.
Art said all round. Guildford School of Acting, more singing, acting, and some dance. And like he just kind of wrote me like a list of 10 schools. So I went and I got prospectuses and checked them all out, and then auditioned, and then I ended up getting in and going to Erdang. So I trained at Erdang for 3 years, and then from my agent showcase, I then got my agent and started auditioning, and long road to
Awesome.
here we are.
I love that. My next question is, were there any other career paths in mind for you, or was it always, I want to do this?
I always knew that it was something I wanted to do since I was a kid. It was something I wanted to do. But I always had other things that I was interested in. From really young, I was interested in, like, oddly enough, like healthcare and stuff like that. I really was like interested in like pediatrics and things like that. So that was obviously the extreme left. Like, if I couldn't perform at all, if it was a completely different field, pediatrics and like midwifery, that kind of stuff. But I am a really creative person, so on the performance side, obviously I wanted to perform, but if I couldn't perform, I'm interested in directing. I still want to direct in my career. I still want to direct. So if I couldn't be in front of the camera or on a stage, I wanted to be involved with the behind the scenes kind of thing.
Absolutely, that would be really cool. I like that people some people do both sides of it as well.
Yeah, I'd love to get the opportunity to direct or work in director of photography, so cinematography, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And my third question here is, what age did you start performing?
Okay, so my first time on a West End stage, I was 13. It was at the London Palladium in a show called Life on Earth.
It's really good. 13.
So that was my first stage. It was a huge stage for it to be the first stage. But yeah, my first big show, big stage to be on was that. So I did little bits while I was in school. It wasn't as crazy, but I did little bits while I was in school. And then my first job was the European tour of Hair, the musical, when I graduated. Yeah,
that's brilliant. Right, so we've got through them first few questions. Now I'm gonna jump onto a chat about your career. Now, you've just mentioned Hair, so what was that like?
That was awesome. That was a thrown in at the deep end kind of first job to have. It's such a show. Anyone can see it. It's such a show, and not only was it such an awesome show, it was a tour, and it wasn't just a tour; it was a European tour. So it was my first time really leaving home and doing all of that. And yeah, it wasn't just leaving home; it was like leaving the country. And we flew out for rehearsals on my birthday, so it was just such a you rip the band-aid off and just go, like, you're leaving home, really leaving, and it's on your birthday, and it's like, but it was so cool and such a great experience, and I've made great friends there, and I learned so much.
Right, yeah, I just Hair. The first thing you did was a European tour. straight out there, you're off. She's gone, and she's not going back. Basically. I've also got noted down Avenue Q. I absolutely love this show.
It's my favorite. Oh, it's such a good show. I would do that show again in a heartbeat. Oh yeah. And all of us, we were so close, and we still have our WhatsApp group called Q Bants and stuff like that. Like, it's really such a fun show. I mean, it's Sesame Street for adults. Like, you can't not like it. And I remember not being sure how my parents would feel about it, because it can be a bit rude and all that. My mum saw it 4 times and legit still walks around the house singing "The Internet Is for Porn." So that's a win.
Don't we all?
Yeah, that's a win.
Get stuck in your head at the worst of times, and then you're done. You're done for. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just really pleased at the time that they were, because the original, when it was on Broadway, they had a female Gary Coleman. Yeah. And when it got brought to the West End, they went with a male. I was still training at the time anyway, so I couldn't have auditioned even if I wanted to. I was still training. But when they were auditioning this, they were open to going back to a female Gary Coleman. So that's how that, came about. And also, I was auditioning for Avenue Q at the same time I was auditioning for Hair the first time round. So I didn't end up, it clashed. So I found out that I got Hair, and my final for Avenue Q was the day I was supposed to fly out for Hair. So then it didn't work out, and they had to try and change dates, and that didn't work out. So I had to leave that one. So when I finished the tour and the opportunity came around again to do Avenue Q, I could not wait.
Just jumped for it.
Yeah.
I just find the ending of that show.
Do you know what? I found a video. I've been clearing out my laptop and hard drives and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
There's the age-old problem of running out of storage and space, so you try and move stuff somewhere else. and I found a video of like one of our stage managers was filming backstage and then walked around to the wings on our very last show. And singing For Now, Everything in Life is Only For Now, is the saddest thing when it's actually your last show. Like it like the whole meaning changes. And then there's a part where, like, I think on the soundtrack it's George Bush is Only For Now.
Yeah.
I think that's what written. But every night or every week we got to change what we
You changed it weekly.
Like, yeah, sometimes we went back to old ones, but like if something was happening in the news or whatever was funny, we would just throw it in. And that night we said, this show is only for now.
No.
And you could literally hear the audience and like our like stage management, and you could hear people in the wings going, it was the saddest thing. It was I don't know whose idea that was. We were like, yeah, that'll be sweet. And then we did it, and we wanted to cry.
Yeah, no, that might not have been the best idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Such a great experience. I love that show.
It was a good show, honestly.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's the elephant in the room.
The not so subtle branding you're doing right now.
That happened.
That happened. That really did happen. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. My first question about that is, what was it like once you guys were announced as a cast? How was your phone going then? Was it?
Oh well, it was just crazy because I think I was the last Queen cast. So I didn't even have that much time to, like, once I found out I got the job, I was like, oh, so this starts in like 2 weeks. So I barely had any time. I think the girls had already done their photo shoot and stuff for the promo stuff.
They got the photo shoot. You guys didn't.
Yeah. Those 6 had done not the official photo shoot in costume and stuff, but the promo one in the 6 jackets.
In the jackets.
They'd done their photo shoot and all met up, and I hadn't even been cast yet. So it was a very, very quick. I think I received my contract the day it was announced on What's on Stage. Literally, it was so quick. Like, I got my contract the day What's on Stage and announced it, I think. So it was a really quick turnaround. So I didn't even have time to be like, oh my God, I'm planning. And like, I was like, you got it, you go in, go.
You're off. Again, get out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was great. And it was just so exciting. I remember my agent calling me and letting me know, and I was like, you know, it was so cool. And it was just, I want to say that 6 was probably my favorite and just most enjoyable audition process.
I've heard a lot about the audition process being.
Yeah, it's so lovely. It's so supportive. It's just great, and everyone kind of sits in and watches, and it's not a competitive watches. It's a supportive, you know, cheering for everyone, and letting everyone get up and do their stuff, and you do your singing, you do your dancing in the day, you get to do Queen's like scene work. And it's just a really great, supportive, warm way to start it. You start as a means to go on, because when you come in, it's like this sisterhood that, you know, no bonds will ever break kind of thing. So it's great.
How many Queens were you seen for?
So I was always going in for alternate, I think, because they'd cast the Queens already, so they needed alternates. So that's what they were auditioning for. And I was called in with Cleves, Arrogant, and Pa. Right. That's what I prepared ahead of time, and then they threw Seymour at me like at the end of the day.
They
were like, at the end of the day, they were like, do you know Heart of Stone? I was like, I know it to listen to. I've never sang it, kind of thing. So they kind of gave me the sheet music in about 20 minutes, and they was like, come back in about 20 minutes. I was like, sure.
Yeah, just come and belt out Heart of Stone in 20 minutes.
Yeah. But they were lovely. They're really like, they just wanted to hear the end, and they're really supportive, and they don't, you know, it wasn't you need to know it perfectly. You can't hold it. Like, they let me stand by the piano and that kind of stuff, so you can see the words and see the music and blah, 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 because they knew I had just learned it. Yeah. And it was a very long, like, exhausting day, but in the best kind of way. And then, you get in, and then you start rehearsals, and it's just mad.
So then you started the tour, and then we didn't get to see your costumes until quite far down the line, until you went on, in fact.
Yeah.
So what costume pieces do you have? Have we not seen some of them? Are there some hidden that we don't know of?
You definitely haven't seen all my hair pieces.
Oh.
That's what's so cool, that how much detail goes into it. And
I love your hair pieces.
Yeah, different queens that have, they try and match it to what your natural hair is like. And I often have twists and braids and stuff in my hair, so they've done my pieces to match. So you've seen obviously Arrogance. So Cleve's piece is awesome. It's like the twists are so like they're woven in and made into this mohawk that has all these really cool like hair cuffs on them and stuff like that match my costume.
Really nice.
So I've got silver hair cuffs and all this like cool hair jewelry. And so yeah, you haven't seen Howard hair. Bobo hair will be super cute. Yeah, so hair, you definitely haven't seen hair. But you should have seen my costumes. Yeah, I've got yeah, fun fact is that the Cleves alternate always has to have a different costume kind of thing. That's why it's so much fun, because you get your jacket and your shorts and all of that kind of stuff that Cleves wears. She's like the queen that's very different. She's more chill. She wears her shorts. She's got like baggier shorts than the Bobo alternate.
Yes.
And she's one of the only queens. Only Cleves and Howard don't wear a bodysuit. So when our midriffs are out, our midriffs are out kind of thing. Everyone else kind of has a skin-coloured bodysuit that goes under their costume. But yeah, Cleves and Howard get to be a bit risque and show some skin. Get to show some skin. So yeah, so you'll have the Cleves, obviously shorts, crop top, jacket, sleeves, all of that stuff, and then my personal fave, my Arrogant, the pleplum skirt with the body, like it's like a corset bodice with the spiky shoulders. Love it. My favorite. Absolute, hands down.
So were there any mishaps on your tour so far? Has there been anything go wrong, perhaps?
Absolutely. I've forgotten, you've seen the show. I've gotten the words wrong in Arrogant's monologue.
Oh no. Once you miss that, you're lost.
Yeah, there's no catching up because it's there's a track. The drummer's like playing and if you lost it, you lost it kind of thing. And there's the dum dum, so you have to keep on beat with the dun 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 dun. And I missed the line, so I skipped ahead basically. It was like my second day on or something. And I missed the line, so I like skipped ahead and realized, but there's no going back, otherwise the monologue won't make sense and you can't slow it down because the music's playing. So the last line, obviously I'm a line early, so I now have to drag this line across the music so that the end lands at the right place. And like I could just feel all the other girls behind me like,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Dun, dun. So yeah, that my heart was like, how do I say this? How do I say this? Yeah, there's that. Everyone's forgotten their words at some point in the show. Maddie's had a little slip, trip, and a fall down the steps. Shaka's had the most epic fall up the steps.
Well, it's
all the way back. I don't know how it happened, and the thing is, we didn't even see it. We just heard in our ears because we can hear obviously each other's mics. So we just heard this like noise.
Oh.
And when we turned around to like, get down, last one, she was like, not where she usually is, and she was like further down the stairs, but I saw her like doing like this roll around fan kick with her legs because she saved it in the most like epic way. Because it's Shaka, she's gonna be bliss.
She's gonna be extra.
So she like did this fan kick, jumped up, gave it a snap. I said, I'm the queen of the castle. I was like, yes!
Yes, you are.
That was the best day. So yeah, there's been that. And then obviously there was the day that, unfortunately, Shaq wasn't very well and I got put on mid-show.
You did.
So yeah, there was that. I've never done that before.
Mid-show.
That was crazy. I was actually backstage in the company manager's office learning my Seymour track. So I was literally backstage like with all my stuff and heard, good, Cassy Lee into costume, and I was like,
no.
What? Wait, what?
At least it was Cleves.
Yeah, because I'd been on for Cleves. I hadn't been on had I even been on for Arrogant yet? I think I've been on for Arrogant twice or something like that. So yeah, at least it was Cleves. I started learning her first because obviously Shaq was still with the London Queens.
Yes.
So she was doing the shows in the evening, so she couldn't get to rehearsals with us until the afternoons. And some rehearsals she didn't even come in because she was just knackered and it wouldn't have been fair. So for the first couple of weeks, I was just, rather than learning Cleves along with the other alternates who were learning their tracks alongside, I was just standing in for Cleves so that they had a body there, so that the rest of the queens could learn what they were doing. So luckily it was Cleves. I was a bit more familiar with her.
Yeah. And Cleves is just so laid back.
She's so chill. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Well,
she was up on stage.
The fans are gonna ask you some questions now through me, and a lot of them are obviously around this. So
yes.
Millie has asked. This is quite a long question, so sit back. Would you rather go back into 6 tomorrow and have to do every single queen until you've completed them all, or not go back until March next year and have a normal schedule? Which would you choose?
Oh, I mean, I'd like the challenge.
Yeah.
Go in tomorrow and just figure it out until you've done them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, I'll take tomorrow.
We need this.
Yeah, we'll take tomorrow for the Queen's bingo for 100.
Yeah, she's doing it. She's doing it. This is what we need now. We need you to just go in and get them all.
Just get everyone to just take a day off. Just take a day off.
I think that we hopefully we'll get you in every role before the end.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Come on, guys, start tripping each other.
I would really, really love. Yeah, I mean, they've done it to me in my audition already, so I'd really like to sing Heart of Stone, and I'd love to be on for Pa as well. She's another really cool, laid back but strong queen. Pa.
We just need, Jen, start tripping people up. Just trip each other up, ladies.
Basically.
This is what we want in. All right, now Taya and Amber have both asked, which queen are you most excited to cover?
Yeah, most excited to cover, I'm going to say Seymour, just because I really want to sing Heart of Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to be there. I would like to be there.
Yeah.
Trevor's asked, if you forget your lines on stage, what do you do?
Look like that. You try and figure it out. It usually comes back to you, but there are days when you're just like, and hopefully, usually one of your lovely queens will save you. Because we've heard it all enough that we know-ish each other's lines. It's just repetition can sometimes make your brain melt, and you're like, what is it? You just skip to the next bit, and try and style it out like the queen you are, and be sassy and fierce with it. And usually hope to God someone helps you. We've had audience members help us. Like literally someone in the audience will shout out your line.
That is commitment.
Yeah. We're like, thank you.
Thanks for that one. Lily has asked, in your opinion, which queen is the hardest to perform?
Arrogant is the hardest of the queen. And I've had Jen, who's done her bingo, swingo, say the same thing. She does a lot. Her track is hard. It's a lot of stamina for her. Her song is straight up after Ex-Wives, after everything. You haven't had a second to breathe yet.
Nope.
And she talks a lot. She has a lot of lines. She says a lot. She does a lot. She runs around the stage a lot.
She leads a lot as well.
Yeah.
So you've got to be there. Whereas
she's the queen that was around for 24 years. She's the leader. So
Yeah.
she really takes charge. So she's the hardest. But next to that, I would say Howard, just because that song is such a beast.
7 minutes.
Like
complete.
That song is a beast, and there's 4 verses with words and choruses that are similar but different.
I've never got it right. Never got it right yet.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. If I get put on for Howard, we'll see if I get it right.
Every night is incredible. How do you do this, Miss Jodie Steele? Please give us your secrets.
She's a queen. Absolute queen. Powerhouse that is smashing that every night, because it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, close second, Howard.
Very close. And Emily has asked, which is your favourite song to perform in Six?
In the show, the song Six. Yeah, it's like the best part of the show when it's like the audience is on your side, everyone's waving or clapping along with you. It's this big like sisterhood, amazing feeling where everyone's just ready to get up and have a good time. And it's like the combination of the show where you're giving that message of, you know, don't compare yourselves, don't, you know, come together, help each other, love each other, all of that. And it just feels amazing every night to sing that song and to do the dance and have everyone wave along with you. That's what being in Six is. Like, to sing that song every night, it reminds you like you are in Six and you're doing this and this is actually your job. Like, mad. Do you know what I mean?
Best song. That's the one you want to put on for good vibes. That's your...
Yeah.
Right, well, are you ready? You're on the quiz now. The quiz on how well you know Six.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Shoot.
Here we go. First question. How many songs are in the cast recording of Six?
In the cast recording? Okay, so cut out the ones that... Okay.
Yeah, you know, that beautiful Bobo song that we don't get in the cast recording.
9?
Yep, you did it. 9.
I was just like, there's 6 of us, and then there's 3 group numbers.
That's how I worked it out.
Yeah.
I just wish that Wearing Yellow to a Funeral was part of
Wearing Yellow to a Funeral, or The One You've Been Waiting.
Oh, I love that. I mean, we need to get you singing Wearing Yellow to a Funeral. This is what I'm waiting for now.
Yeah.
You have to let me know when that's happening.
Was a massive Catholic.
Yeah. Catherine was a massive... Yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah. Your second question. I made sure that this wasn't one that you've covered yet because I thought I've got to be sneaky. It's a finished product. And the only thing I'm going to give you here is, I'd say Henry. I tried to give you on the beat there.
I'd say Henry, yeah, it's true. I'll never belong to you.
Hey.
Took me a second. The wheels just went.
Got there. I saw that happen. You're on there. I think if I'd said it, I'd say Henry. It might not have come out as well. All right, number 3. This is another queen that you don't cover, and it's in the Holbein scene. It speaks the line. I can see it now. Henry VIII and his famous 4 wives.
Miss Jodie Steele Howard.
Indeed, I like your Holbein accent there. That's very good. Question 4. Boom, 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 boom. It is what about your tour this time? Where was the first venue?
The first venue?
Your first venue, yeah. The first venue of your tour, yeah.
Oh, Guildford.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Queen 5, question 5. The easiest question.
5. Go ahead.
I thought the sense of this could be tricky, but it shouldn't be tricky at all. Which queen wears a gold costume?
Miss Aragon, Miss Lauren Drew.
Lauren Drew.
Gold for a limited time, and then she had black for a little while, and then she had gold again. Yeah.
It must have been confusing when you both had the black costumes.
Yeah. But do you know what? We've had me and Colette on the same stage in the same costume. Yeah. But I was Cleves, so I had the Cleves costume on, and she had the Aragon costume.
That's one thing. I hope you get pants. Colette has the trousers.
Yeah, well, because Colette's like the super swing.
Yeah, isn't she? She doesn't.
They have 4 in town, don't they? So, so they have all the alternates who have their 2 people that they alternate, and then they have the super swing, who's Colette, whose mind is...
She's incredible. I mean, she's got like a different skirt for everything. As far as she's got an Aragon, which works for Howard, I think. She's got a Seymour skirt.
Seymour skirt. I thought I was getting a Seymour skirt, but I think maybe it was Colette. When we was like getting fitted and stuff like that, and I was having a costume fitting, and I saw the skirt, the longer skirt, and I was like, "Ooh, is that mine?" We did. I don't think it was mine. I think it was Colette. Or they made a mistake. Or they made a mistake and thought it was for me and made it. And since it's made, maybe I can just have it. We'll see. Yeah.
I hope they do. That'd be really nice.
I can't remember if Colette had hers yet. I can't remember.
Mm.
But I don't know. I mean, usually you just have your two.
Yeah.
Depending on your costume, because the orange alternate just has the orange.
She only has the
costume.
one, doesn't she?
Yeah, and it's only because, and like for Jen's, she only switches out because Bobo wears shorts.
Yeah.
And Howard has to have her
skirt.
on.
Not Howard.
Yeah.
Not a skirt.
Yeah, exactly. It would look weird if she rocked up in booty shorts to play Howard. So that's why. And then Cleves needs her, takes Martha,
Yes.
jacket mode.
Yeah, she does. Right, well, you made it through the quiz 5 out of 5. Look at you go. You're incredible. She knows what she's doing, guys.
Yay.
Wow. After so long,
my paycheck. I just hope that I'd hope I knew the answer.
Well, yeah. Anyway, we've made it through to the end. So I've got a few things to remind everyone. Firstly, we are here to raise a little bit of money for Acting for Others. So if anyone has anything spare, there'll be a link down there. You can just put anything in because it is such a good cause. And they really need the money right now.
Absolutely.
Especially with our theatres kind of being a little bit closed.
Kind of closed, and yeah. And it helps everyone. It's just such an industry-wide thing. Very necessary. So anything you guys can do would be so welcome. Yeah,
it would be. Thank you. And the second thing is I want you to keep checking my social medias because I'm going to announce who's coming up next. Now I'm going to give a little giveaway. We're still going to be in the land of 6. We might not be in the UK this time.
Ooh.
So that's a little, I mean, the announcement will go not long after the video, but it's all good. Apart from that, I want to thank you so much for coming in, Cassy. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you.
Yeah, I've had so much fun. Absolute bants.
Thank you. Anyway, apart from that, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.